Hey guys, Stephen B here. We're live. Today's gonna be a better stream than yesterday. I'm actually back in my house. Now I can talk and actually hear you guys, and I don't have to have my earbuds on. So, we got a Yankees win, a Blue Jays loss, and I believe the Red Sox were winning last time I checked. So that's a good night for us. We're only 2 games below the Blue Jays, and I am ecstatic and hoping we go catch the Blue Jays. They still have to face the Red Sox, which gives us an advantage, and we have a lot weaker schedule. So we might actually have a chance of winning the division, which is pretty good considering we didn't think we had a chance last week at this time. Hey Susan, I made sure those streams links on below. I'm just checking up some scores on ESPN just to check everything out, make sure we have all the information right. Blue Jays did win against the Rays 6-3. Yankees won 6-1, and Blue Jays lost to 2-1 against the Royals. So that's a good night for us. And we got Judge hitting. Was it Judge and Stanton that hit the home run today, which is good game for us. And let's see, we had how many home runs?
You had something for the Spice Cube.
Oh, come on. I hate ads. Don't even put it on and it shows up. So we have Stanton hitting a home run, Judge hitting a home run, Jazz hitting a single for RBI, Grisham singling to get a RBI. I think in that's pretty much a good win. Combination of home runs and RBIs, but still got to play more small ball, and we got to see better defense a little bit more. I'm actually thrilled, and I know yesterday I really couldn't say much, but I was really happy to see Jazz get his 30-30, and he had another one today. Yeah, exactly, Susan. Bellinger ran home, and he had a good game today. Hey, Jacob, what's going on? I'm actually very ecstatic how this team's playing, and I'm actually very happy, and I'm happy to be home finally after asbestos abatement. That was not fun. Cats are not feeling good, 2 of them, and all my dogs are home. I will post a video if you guys want on this channel of what me and my wife getting 2 or 3 of my dogs at a pet hotel. If you guys want, I will do it. It's up to you guys. But it's like a 10-second video. All my dogs are so happy to be home, and they're definitely are happy. And this has been a good day for Yankees too. I'm also very ecstatic to see the team's actually clicking and getting hot at the right time. I really wish CT was here, but yesterday we had power outage. I had a hotel with my wife doing homework, so I couldn't be really loud, and I know Dev wants to be on, so hopefully maybe he'll show up. I did send him the link, so that'd be a good one. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? I had a couple of notes. Here's another one. Rodon's still pitching really well, which I'm very happy. 96 pitches, 7 innings. And everyone keeps on saying Rodon was not going to be good this year. I think he proved that he's been pretty good a whole year. I know he had a stretch where it was not the best, but for a couple of games, but he still kept us in it. And that guy's a bulldog. He's finally pitching like he was with the Giants. His first year was like a fluke, in my opinion, and I'm very happy to see that he keeps on mixing his pitches, and that's what we need to see. It just hitting his command. He's trusting his other pitches. It's a great sight to see. It's almost like he's taking some of it, the max effort every pitch from his fastball slider to, I'm going to beat you with these other ones methodically, like a Cole would do. It's really great to see him. It was good to see Weaver had another good inning with 2 Ks and 15 pitches, with 9 of them being strikes. And I'm not sure if everyone saw, but there was an interview with Weaver, which I would suggest watching. That he was basically said he really wants to come back and as a Yankee, which I think everyone wants him back. I know I'm including. I think you do, Susan. And I like to see Weaver back here. I'll let Williams walk, and Bednar's just been our best bullpen key since we got him. And Dotel yesterday starting to look good too. Last 5 innings he's been coming in. The 5 appearances he's been pitching a lot better. So maybe Matt Blake and him found something that's working, because the guy's starting to look really good too. And Bednar's always wants the ball and just get the outs. He doesn't want Boone taking them out either, which is a good thing. I'm just very happy how the bullpen's starting to pitch. I know we had a couple clunkers last series. I mean, it happens. As long as we can have our pitchers go 7 innings or 6 or 7 innings, the bullpen's going to be a lot better than it is now, because people actually could be able to get some rest. And hopefully we can see Yarborough catch a few innings, maybe go 5 or 6 innings and bring Yarborough in to bring it to Bednar. That'd be a lot shorter of a bridge and not have to use as many pitchers. I know we were talking in Ken's stream about Cabrera, Jose Caballero, and Bellinger, and people are thinking they should trade him. I'm like, we're not trading him. They got him for a reason. I think Leiter still comes back. I think he has more and more year of control, Susan. But I could see them, because he's a second year arbitration this year. So my guess he's coming back. I don't know what the price per thing is, but maybe they do non-tender him, or maybe they do trade him in the offseason. Sign him and get the arbitration done and sign him or trade him. There is value there. Some people like him because he has a strikeout. Maybe he just needs a new scenery, but he also was pitching with a bad foot too. So you can't exactly say all those outings were because of that. He did look bad. His stuff looks a lot better than last year when we acquired him, but the Cubs abused him last year before we get out there. And then he had that great postseason run. And this year he pitched pretty decent. I mean, yes, he had some bad stretches where me and you were cursing him out. But then he had stretches where he's been good. I think they haven't found out his role really this year. I think having Cousins back next year makes him like a 6th or 5th inning guy, which for a guy that has lighter stuff, I'd take that any day. I don't know if I don't know what the bullpen's going to look like. It's going to be really interesting. And Boone did abuse him. He also abused Weaver. And I know I was in Ken's chat. I said Boone caused Weaver's injury because he was warming up in the Dodgers, and he was warming up. He overextended his hamstring because Boone wanted to go to him. It's just not good. I think Boone's inability to use a bullpen right, or use the analytic team, I should say, switching pitchers and all that, it needs to be looked at, because sometimes they say in paper, but it doesn't work. It says a great matchup in paper, but it doesn't work all the time. And I hate to say it. It's not the all be all Bible. It's let's see what's going on with it. It's like, I know when me and CT were talking in the offseason, or we were talking off camera. Me and him were saying, well, most of the players that he talked to, former players, said basically analytics is a good tool to have for the stuff. So if you have to go back and change it and use it, but it's not, you don't do do max effort every pitch. It's not feasible. It's not possible. And And Weaver was on an ideal for about two or 3 weeks, Susan. I remember that. And Williams turned a corner, and then he just went pretty much. And now he's going back up. And from what I heard, Williams doesn't like the analytic team with Matt Blake, and he went back to his Padres pitching coach to figure out his fastball stuff with him. And that's what happened. That's why he's starting to look good again. I guess the Brewers pitching coach figured it out. Yeah, he's not back where, and Weaver hasn't been back to where he was, but I'll say this. I think Weaver's he's starting to get there because he's stretching his stuff more than he did before, and he has his commands back, which I think when he came back, that was the biggest problem. It wasn't the stuff-wise. It's I can't get it, hit the target where I was. And that shows a rush back, not having minor league rehab games to get his command back. That's why you don't rush pitchers back. Because then you get what happens with Weaver. They expect him to go into the game and then dominate. It doesn't happen. It never does. And then that's the really sad part. I really wish Weaver had at least 2 or 3 games just in the minor leagues before rushing, and a bullpen really needed it. Yeah, Williams didn't want to be a Yankee, but I know Cashman, from what I've been reading in the offseason when we acquired him, he's been trying to get Williams for the last 5 years. He wanted to be a Dodger. I think he wants the World Championship with them. And Western market, I don't think Williams is built for New York, to be honest with you, Susan. Doesn't seem him to have the type of personality does. Really kind of, what kills me is we didn't have to trade for McMahon if we had let Durbin stay, because he could have played third base after a couple of months, like when Cabrera went down. They brought him up with the Brewers, and look what he's doing. He's having a great rookie season. We knew that was going to happen. That's why I was kind of mad about who they gave up in that Williams deal. I thought Durbin was going to be our second baseman or third baseman. Well, Susan, what I mean by not small market, I talk about like the media market and the Dodgers compared to the Yankees is like a lot different. Like New York, there's everyone's in your face. Dodgers, there's like laid back media. They don't really allow like a lot of the crowd like we would get for the Yankees post games. You know what I'm talking about? How there's about 20 or 50 guys for different ones, and they're all there trying to get the same questions out. But the Dodgers don't have as much for that media compared to like a New York media type. That's just really that kills me. And everyone thinks that everyone can play everywhere. I could tell you this: I'll take a player that can fit in here with the team, do well every time, that instead of coming in and having a superstar that won't fit in here. I'll take the player that actually can play and perform versus that, an AKA like a Bellinger versus a Soto that just wants all the money. He wants to be here. Yeah, Dodgers are doing that, Susan, 100%. We need to start getting some of the Japanese players, but every time we try to do that, they just say, no, I don't want to go there because it's a shorter flight from the LA, California to Japan. It's a lot cheaper, like 2-3 hours different flight, and it's why the Dodgers are doing it's trying to extract from there. If I'm the Yankees, I try to get 1 or 2 players and see if that can help, because you get one of those, you got a huge media and a lot of money coming out from Japan just to see people in the Yankee uniform. Look when we had Tanaka. Look when we had Ichiro for a little bit. Look at Matsui. I don't think Orikami on the first base is going to happen because he's been injured and he doesn't look like he's a lock to be in there. And I think we have a first baseman with either Bellinger or Rice. It's going to be a good one. What else we have? Take a look at. Oh yeah, you want to know what the most impressive about Bednar tonight, Susan? 6 pitches, 1 K, 1 out. That's what you call dominance. I really like the Bednar. Every time I watch his interviews on Yes or That, he always rubbed me the right way. The guy that we needed for the last few years that never showed up. And I'm very, very happy we have him, and I'm glad Cashman got him. I know giving up two catchers was a big blow, but sometimes you got to give something up to get something. And guess what? I think we got the better of the trade with Bednar if we can re-sign him in a couple of years, and he's under team control for another 2 years, which is great. And from what I heard from a former MLB agent, Yankees do have a guy in the Dominican Republic that's supposed to be another superstar in the making if everything goes right. And he said there was one with here, there was one in the Dodgers, and there's one in the blue, not the Dodgers, the Rangers, and one of the Red Sox. So we'll see this guy probably shoot up in those prospect rankings next year. Because he said always like a year before he finds these players and he knows which ones are going to be good. So let's see if this one comes out. And then the Yankees are also tied to the heavy link to the best shortstop in this international prospect group coming up. That's going to be interesting. Yankees do got a lot of Dominican Republic guys. They always scouting down there. And I also heard MLB pass something where you can't. There's a certain period where you cannot scout players during the off season too, which I haven't confirmed it, but I'm pretty sure this guy knows what he's talking about because he's been calling a lot of the saying what's going on with the baseball a lot of times, which would be interesting. Otherwise, they have to sign something and have if they do scout on that in the off season, they can get fined, or the team they have to sign and send something to the Major League Commission, which is going to cost them people some problems. A lot of the Yankees prospects are from the Dominican league for at least more high value guys that they get. I'm glad we don't have the international market, otherwise we'd be screwed with our farm system. And our farm system does look a lot better. I like to see my guy that I've been happy surprised was with Navarro's deal. Elmer Rodriguez Cruz. That guy leads in the minor leagues in strikeouts, and he's in AAA. And he just had his first start, and he did pretty decent. That guy, to me, could be a guy that's going to really be important to either for the bullpen or the starting. And the guy has 6 pitches, and his velocity jumped from 92 to 95, 4 to 96 as a starter. And that's the guy everyone was sleeping on. I have a video I found on TikTok that explains how good Elmer Cruz is. But I don't want to post it because I don't need a strike on the team. But it's on TikTok. If you search in Elmer Rodriguez Cruz, that's going to be a good one. Heard that David Stern from the Mets is going to Japan to scout players. Yeah, the Yankees send people all the time, Susan. There's a picture that Jason showed on River 161 that there's been scouting that is being possibly coming out a year early, like one of the other guys. So, and the Yankees are tied to him. That's an interesting as a starter. So we'll see what happens with these players. Most people send scouts to watch the Japanese players because it's good baseball. But I'm kind of glad we didn't get Roki because he's been hurt most of the year. Plus, it's going to take a while for him to develop. He didn't look good when he started before, and then I think he's been on a DL for a while. Let me see one thing on this. Okay. We had one player that was pretty good, Susan. It was Tanaka, and he did pitch pretty well. Gallo was a bust. Matsui for position players usually translate better from the Japan to America. We had some really bad busts, but Tanaka was one of the guys that was really good, and he tore it. Instead of getting Tommy John, he pitched through it, and that's why his stuff wasn't the best. But he was a great pitcher for us. Hey, Dev, links in. I think I pinned a link on that if you want to come up. I can actually hear today because I'm actually back home. Let's see. Let me go in the chat. Make sure. Was it pop? Kuroda was okay. Yeah, Kuroda was also good. He was really good with the Dodgers before for when he did come up, Susan. So, I mean, you have some good ones and you have some bad ones. Kuroda was one of the better ones that I was surprised. I'm supposed to pin the link. No, we'll have to pin that really quick. There we go. Okay, Dev, I did pin the chat. It's in the chat now. Sorry about that. I thought I pinned it. They had a couple of players that were interesting for Japan, but my favorite was Matsui too, and my other one I was really a fan of Ichiro, even though he wasn't a Yankee. That guy could Hideki Arabu. Yep, that was the worst one. And then George got so mad at him, he traded him the one night. That was like that was like the funniest thing when what George said to him. I'm not gonna repeat what he said, but man, that was pretty funny. I really do think it was that was a bad move for him. Arabu was bad. Gal was worse. They thought he was gonna be better than Dice K. Makazaka. That was a disaster. Best triple A pitcher, and then bad reliever, bad starter. Didn't have the stuff in. Was bad. I'm actually I called that one when I was in high school when that happened. I said that guy's not going to be good. Everyone says, "Oh, why are you being negative?" I'm like, no, I watched videos on him. Not good. And Warren didn't pitch that bad yesterday, even though he had a fielding error and he had that we had an error with Jazz. I wish the offense was showing up like they did today. If we did that, could have been a good week. It was going for the sweep. I just wish the Yankees just keep on. I really wish they keep on putting up more runs every day. This offense is what kills me, makes me like think, will they show up today or will they not? That's what it kind of every time I still did. Yeah, and Warren is a kid and he's still learning and he's doing pretty well. I mean, he's good against mid teams and in the lower teams, but he's still trying to grind it out against the good teams, and that only comes with experience. He's going to watch this tape and everything from this rookie year, and he's going to see what he can do to take it to the next level. This guy is a really good pitcher. He just needs time. In the minor league, he was really, really well. And this guy, he was thrown into this position. He's doing pretty well, too, with Warren. Got thrown into it and didn't see anything. It's just interesting to see. Hey, Beagle. Every time we look at stuff, it's interesting. I want to see. I really want to see. My puppies are good, Beagle. All 5 of them are home. All of them are where you saw the video I sent you. As you probably could tell, they're all jumping. When I got to my in-laws before I got my other three, they did the exact same thing. My cats I had to bring them to a vet, to an urgent vet one. Not great, but anxiety caused on their stress after being away for 4 days. Being home for like a week and then have to be bored caused them to get anxious and caused them to get a cat cold. So that's what I'm dealing with. So I have medicine for both of them. Hopefully nothing comes out and they're feeling better. All my dogs are super happy and stoked to be home. And I most of the time Warren's actually getting better. It's just sometimes you have to fail more times than not to win, like to become really good. Like Jeter says, I failed so many times to know what not to do. And it's true. Only thing I really wish is I wish Volpe would learn to hold the ball instead of throwing it away when there's no play at shortstop. That's what kind of the insanity gets to me. Like you put Calburello at shortstop, and I always noticed Jazz and McMahon knows his lane, knows how to call people off, and knows if it's gonna do what to do. Volpe to me doesn't have the intangibles that Jose doesn't have. That's my opinion, though. Everyone tells me he's just a utility player. I want to see him play every day. He's better than what we're playing at. 19 errors with a 961 fielding percentage versus Calburello at 281 at shortstop this year, and there's only been one error. Yeah, it's not the time to do it. And he's also playing injured too. And if you have a shoulder injury on the left field thing, he should not even be playing. To me, Volpe should be on the IL right now. That shoulder injuries. Sorry up, Dion, but Volpe's injury for the shoulder injury should be on the IL. Only way to get better is to let it heal on its own and do rehab. Not playing games, not aggravating it while doing a catch. That's why I said he didn't look right. Volpe just needs to be on the IL. I'd rather see an Devos or someone else on the roster just to come up. Come up, Dev. I'm bringing you up. Don't worry. You can actually hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was my earbuds yesterday. I told you I couldn't really do much with them.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, don't worry. We're back. I wish CT was here, but I think he's at the Eric Chapman concert. I believe that's what he said. Yeah. I think Dev's only Susan. I'm pretty sure that Dev has only been on me and CT stream live, which is awesome, right, Dev?
Yep.
I'm just really happy to see that. Yankees do look better, so I'm very, very happy how they're playing. Keep on winning series. Keep on doing what we can. Let the Blue Jays fumble on their own and let us win the division. Right, Dev?
Mm-hmm.
Anything you happy with the Yankees playing now?
I'm in a hazy day.
Yeah. If they can keep having these days, would be good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the really scary part is this team could be even better next year if you think about it. About 35 wins we could have between Cole and Schmidt if they were healthy for the whole year with a healthy Gill. That could have been 35, 40 wins right there that we didn't have this year. And I know Cole will be back probably by the second month next year with the Tommy John. Hopefully he comes out of the bat and pitches like Verlander did when he came back from that. And we have a lot of big depth, and I could see the Yankees trading some of these starting pitchers in the minors to get pieces that we need. We need more bullpen. We need more bullpen arms, which you could, in theory, change a starter into a reliever and make him a really great reliever. We can also trade a few other things. Yeah, no, Susan. That's what there is a Japanese pitcher. I don't remember what the guy's name is, but Yankees been scouting him this whole year. That's supposed to be posted this year, a year early. It's another like a Tanaka like. So that'd be interesting. I don't really know if we really need a starter, but think about it. We have Cole coming back. Then you got Max Fried. You got Rodon. Then you have Gill. Then you got Warren. And you got Schmidt. And you got Schlittler. So you have 8 ones physically for 5 spots. That's a lot of good depth right there. And my favorite one out of the bunch that hasn't been on that'd be fighting for a 5th, Elmer Rodriguez Cruz. And that guy isn't going to be on the 40-man roster. That guy's leading in the minors and Ks, and he's the guy that we got from Navarro trade. I think Yankees are very high on him too. He's another high thing. I don't think Schmidt's getting traded when he's injured, Susan. That's the only thing. I think the time the trade of Schmidt would have been last offseason when we were looking at other position players, because that would have been a better deal. He's injured now. Everyone knows it. There's not a lot of value right there. I could see them setting with a low arbitration number and coming back. He'll be back in the second half. It's like going to be after the probably trade deadline, Susan. My guess is probably around. My guess would be probably around late July, early August, because he had the same Tommy John surgery like Cole did with the bars, so it's a faster recovery with 9 months. So I would say second half, most likely, probably around end July, early August. If everything goes right, assuming, which you don't assume. I'm very happy and that is his second. We drafted when he had Tommy John surgery. That's why he fell so thing. He was like he was a top, when the Yankees drafted him, if he didn't have Tommy John, he would have been a top 10 pick because his arm was that good and his stuff was that good, but he had Tommy John. That's why he slipped. I could see the Yankees going after Michael King. I think King cost them for being on the IL twice this year. I could see him going after him, but I don't know if King will want to come back. I really like King, and he could be a really good piece, but who do you take out of... Sorry about the where you put King in, who do you take out of the rotation if you want to get King? That's the question. If you want to package another couple and get him another ace, maybe you can go down that road so you can take like a 2-for-1, but I really don't see that happening unless we go after Paul Skeens and say, okay, we'll give you Gale, we'll give you maybe a Warren, and maybe we'll throw in Dominguez instead of Jones, and see if they'll bite on that. But it would take something real. That's just something. That's not everything that you would need too. That's just 3 players I thought on the top of my head just to try to get them. And the Yankees they asked about Skeen, and they said they were willing to give up Jones and Lombard Jr. in the trade deadline. That was the really interesting part. They asked and they were willing to part with those 2. I don't know the other 2 prospects they would have think, but Pirates didn't really want to entertain that. But that would be scary if we ever got Skeens. I really hope we go after another. Yeah, cash and Boone, and might as well throw the whole analytic team, Susan, because we might as well get better MIT guys that has common sense. And maybe we can throw all Boone's ganjo like CT always says, because it's all nonsense. Oh God, I miss my bud CT. We'll go. We'll be back Monday. As far as I can tell, Merck's sleeping. I think he has. No, he's not sleeping. Merck's actually has his pastors in the ICU, from what I read or got told. But Chris might be underneath your Nintendo Switch too, and maybe he's trying to figure out which lever to hit to tell him I'm here. But Merck will be probably back Monday. I know I talked to CT, but I'm not going to announce it yet. But there might be a show where you'll see Merck and CT while I'm working. I might be in the chats because I can't do it at the time they're talking about. But that should be coming up shortly. I really think I really wish we had a different manager, of course, but I want to see Cashman promoted. I want to get rid of Fishman, get some real guys that actually play baseball to be in the analytics. Someone like a David Cohn would actually be probably a guy that would be really interesting to have. But he's doing all his baseball gigs. He won't. That's just a fan dream, but that's what I think. I like to see. I could see the Yankees trying to get another outfielder in the by trade. I could see them doing that too. Yeah, no, we're just checking. What else do we have? We can talk about. We got that.
About football mall.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of football going on. Yeah, we have. What? I'm gonna have to bring up I would have to bring up the games. Hold on. You brought a good one. Now I have to go look up the games of the week. We can talk a little bit of football, I guess. Hold on, I'm just trying to get that. Yeah, no, Tyler Jones home run. Yeah, Judge is gonna hit probably 50 home runs, and that's gonna be a good year for Judge. I don't know why everyone's saying the catcher for MVP. I don't really want to see that. To me, if you look at the advanced metrics and everything, Judge has them beat everywhere besides home runs. Everything that would matter in the normal one. Average, power, on base. He's killing them. If you really look at and this is what kills me, and people say, Judge shouldn't win it because he doesn't have much home runs. You know, Judge had the same freaking lower average, and they give it to Altuve. I don't like the guy. It should have been Judge's year that year. It still ticks me off that Judge got robbed off that MVP because of the average. No, if you says the home runs count better than Judge, then I'm gonna go. So you're telling me average doesn't mean out? And we saw the Yankees struggle without Judge for 2 weeks. When Judge came back, what did the team do? Start winning again. Yeah, that's what it is, and that shouldn't be that shouldn't be. That's the problem. Let's see. That's good. And if you watch the games, it's just not. It's just if you watch Judge every day, you could see if you don't have Judge in the lineup, that lineup just doesn't do anything. It's not even a 500 team without Stanton in him in that. So, Dev, you want to talk a little football for a second? I'll give you the games. You want to tell me who do you want to win?
No.
Oh.
No, you go.
I have a good one. I'll give you that. There's Chiefs. Chiefs are 0-2 and the Giants 0-2. That's gonna be Monday night, or that's the Sunday night game. But I know Sunil's favorite one is Cowboys facing the Bears. that should be an interesting one. Yeah, no. If you look at this, and John, if you look at the stats, I put the things in. There's like a baseball reference where you can compare the two players. If you put Judge versus Kel for the catchers, you look at the numbers. 19% of the stats favor Judge. Yeah, Susan, I understand that, but you also got to think about it this way too. How many times has how many hard balls that you can't get in the outfield that Judge robs for a home run? How many times has he thrown guys at the plate on a great throw that one of our catchers does that? How many times has Judge come up with an insane web jam catch that on a day-to-day basis when he's in the outfield? He should have won a Gold Glove already, and the writers kill him for it. He should have won at least 2 Gold Gloves in the right field already, and a Platinum. That's how biased this team is. And Judge, to me, if I look around the whole American League, I really don't see anyone better than Judge in right field, taking home runs away, throwing guys at home plate, people not even running at him. If you really watch if you watch the games like we do, who's the only players that don't pitch to when there's a game on the line and there's open base? Judge and Stanton. That tells me who your MVPs are. Put Cal up there, don't pitch to him. He's a 244 hitter or below right now. It's not even close. That's tell me the players know that Judge is the MVP. And that's what beat writers need to realize. But the teams are dictating who plays that. And the writers need to watch with their eyes, not what they want to see. And that's what really kills me. And I know Hector's heard these conversations because he's been on live on TikTok. He explained this to us in Uptown Sports on TikTok and YouTube. He just tells you the other ones. I just really think Judge should be the MVP, not because of that. Imagine this, Susan, and this is what Hector said the other day. If you put Judge on right field and the Mariners, and we had Cal doing what he did, would you not say if it wasn't where Judge was the Mariner and Cal was on here? Would you guys be saying, "Oh, Judge should be the MVP. He's just hitting better, he's playing better, making the team better, and scoring everything"? Well, we just have home runs from the guy. That's what they really think. And you go and you look at the numbers, you would say Judge should be the home run, and that's the really scary part. People don't think if we take Judge off this team, we're a first place or second place team. No, we're probably 4th or 5th team because our roster is not the greatest. And they have to, and Beagle, he's getting the Barry Bonds treatment the whole year. That's the scary part. He has Josh has over 1.0 on base percentage, which is crazy. And the only person I know that actually has one that's pretty close, that is in our minor league system, Spencer Jones. I think he's below 900 now, a little above 900, but not under 1.0. That's how crazy a year Jones had. Yes, I did. That's the Devastator. I know Jason gave you that name, and I always called you it out when we first did the channel. I always said Dev the Devastator, right? Yeah, no, that's awesome, Dev. I have mine. Just a loving fan on there. Loving life. Just a fan, loving life. Definitely. And Susan, that year the Judge should have won it. They gave it to Altuve because he had a higher batting average. It's not. It wasn't even close that year. Judge had everything but pretty much the average, and they still gave it to Altuve. That's how bad these writers are. They really should be going. To me, it should be baseball players playing the game versus the writers. Writers don't have anything. Baseball players know who the best MVPs of the leagues are, who's the best defensive. It's not a popularity contest. They know who's the best in each position. It's sad that it's come to that. And it's sad that some of these players that weren't even proven with steroids that are not voting for them. A.K. Roger Clemens, he should be in the Hall of Fame. You already have Bagwell that's been tied to steroids, and there's a few other guys that were with Ortiz being in the Hall of Fame. So if we're gonna put Hall of Famer people in the 90s and 2000s that were steroids, or just say, to me, it always should have been, these are the best players in the league during the steroids. We do not know if it is. These are known that could have been. It was legal. It really should be like that, simple.
Yep.
And just name the players. Get the best players in. I don't care. It was part of the game. Was it dirty against them? Nowadays, yes. But it was legal back then, so why are we taking care of all this? It shouldn't. And I'm not trying to go on a rant, but that's how I feel about it. You can't leave out the best players. Pete Rose should have been in there after a year banned. They made him a political sacrifice about that.
Yep.
He never bet against his team. He always bet to win against them. I mean, as a manager, but if you didn't want him as a manager in the Hall of Fame, that's fine. But he was a player that should have been in the Hall of Fame way before he did.
Yep.
And it's just a shame that Pete Rose will never see himself in there. And then MLB did Pete Rose wrong. And I will say that.
Yeah, big time.
And it said it was only going to be a 1-year ban, and they just made it a lifetime, which is bullshit to me. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. And I feel that Roger Clemens should be in there. I think Don Mattingly should be in the Hall of Fame. I think Posada should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Oh, look at all those numbers. They're better than Marnellers. And he's that catcher from the Twins, and he played better, had more home runs, and had a longer career. And he had World Series, and he was a World Series 5-time champion. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, nope, you're absolutely right, Susan. That's what kills me when I look at this stuff. It's all baseball crap to me too. If you're gonna have things that say this is the tainted steroid era, we don't know who is and who isn't. These are the players that played during it. These are going to be the Hall of Famers. We don't know if it was or not conclusively because we never tested and this was allowed. That's all you have to say. Bonds was a Hall of Famer before those steroids happened. Bernie should be a Hall of Famer in my opinion too. He had a great career. If they're going to put a comparable player, Tuckett, then you got to put Bernie in. If you're going to put Tuckett for the Twins, you're going to have to put Bernie in because he had similar numbers. And that's some fair comparison because that's how he was. I think Posada should have been in the Hall of Fame too. Was that Jeter, Mo, and that. Pedro was a Hall of Famer. Schilling is a borderline, but he should be. But they don't like him because of political politics, which is bullshit. It shouldn't matter if you like the guy or not. Did the guy play good? And was it a Hall of Famer? That should be how it is. Doesn't matter what they don't like him or not. To me, that doesn't make sense to me. You put the best players in there and just say, who cares what they think? If they're a good player, put them in. Just because you don't like what they did or how they treated you, shouldn't matter. If the guy was a thing, yeah, and Ortiz was on the Mitchell report, and they keep on doing that. But A-Rod should be in too. And yes, A-Rod should be in the Hall of Fame, and he should be in. His numbers are great, even though he admitted that he did with PEDs. But you know what? He took his suspension and still did it. There was the rule that says once he got suspended for steroids before that you're not in the Hall of Fame. He did that after the fact. People started getting it. Yeah, Ortiz should be in. Manny should be in. What was it? Panerkel should be in there. I'm thinking there's the first baseman where they used to be with the O's and was with the Rangers for a while. Eagle, to me, neither of them are worse. MLB play, and this is my opinion. Steroids you're basically destroying your own body, and it is bad against the integrity of the game. But some of these steroids they do are for not the ones for like performing things, are there for medical procedures. You want to tell me steroids are bad? If it was for the high performance, yes, that's the bad part. But if it was to treat injuries, no. Gambling, the MLB promotes gambling now with DraftKings and all this.
Yep, yeah, big dog now.
So if you want to, yeah, exactly. But the Mitchell report the original Mitchell report said that Ortiz was in there, and then they never said much. They never ran it because he was well liked. That's why he got in. They never really admitted to it, but that was the whole thing. That kind of, that's what it kind of, it's like a double standard. One player can do it, but another player can't because we like him, but you don't like this. I really like, that's why it gets me so ticked off, and I don't usually tell people my opinions on these matters, but if you're going to allow the DraftKings to be in there, then why are you you have DraftKings as a sponsor for MLB? Why are you suspending players if you're going to allow DraftKings to be your sponsor? You're basically saying, oh, we can't bet on it because you have more information. No. People in the NFL do the same thing. They just don't. So why you want to suspend NFL people? Oh yeah, well, they're trying to do that too, and then they're fighting back. Yeah, exactly. Petty took him to be a quick healer, and that's what. If some of these things you got to think of medically. If it's going to help them heal it, yes. Is it going to help perform it? Boosters when they're pitching, that's when you say, okay, that shouldn't be allowed. But if they're helping them heal quicker to be able to be on the field, that's one thing. But if it's like the game muscle and stuff, that's where it should be illegal. It shouldn't be just to help them medically heal quicker. And that's why I'm like, when I talk about steroids, people don't look at me like strange because they think all steroids are the same. No, some of them are to heal people faster. Some are like cortisone shots that just help take the pain away so you can play through injury. It's not boosting your testosterone. But some steroids specifically do that. And that's what people don't know. Yeah, Susan, Ohtani should be banned in my opinion. If you're going to suspend Class A the whole year and you're not going to do anything because Ohtani is your golden child.
Yep, big dog. Yep.
Then he's already in trouble with real estate. So we'll see. They're going to try covering that up next too. He's in trouble with real estate fraud. Let's do it. How MLB is going to do now. Ain't looking good for me, or for him. But MLB's gonna, because they want the Golden Boy to be a baseball poster instead of a judge, which should be because he's breaking records that Otani can't even come close to. I really want to see Judge really go after Bonds' record and stay healthy for a full year. I don't think we're ever going to see anyone beat Bonds unless they have unless Judge has a real career thing. Yeah, they'll find a way to excuse it. Yep. That's why I said, Susan, Tony can't do no wrong, but Class A and everyone else are always wrong. Even me saying this out loud makes me wrong. Right, Dev? I must be under a Nintendo Switch rock. Because every time they start to do that, it just makes me lose faith in this commissioner. Honestly, this commissioner is one of the worst, in my opinion, I ever seen. And to me, I really think when I look at commissioners, people coming in, I'm hoping I'm really hopeful we get someone that can actually straighten out baseball and put it back to being like it was supposed to be attended as a kid's game, not all these stupid rules. Oh, we only could throw a couple pitches over to there. I want to see the pitch clock going back to like 30 or 40 seconds for between pitches. I want challenges on plays that actually to be able to, if it's a catch or not. I want to see the ABS in there. Yeah, Susan, that's what I really think too, and I'll put a star for that comment. I'm very I'll leave it on there, but that's what I feel like. Yeah, he always loads a goose, and to me, I really think what kills me is all these stupid things that the commissioners we have to have pizza-sized bags for first base, second base, and third base to make base running goes up for the offense. Put it back to the normal stuff. Get rid of the ghost runner to like the 14th or 15th inning. It was only there for COVID because they didn't have enough pitchers. Put it back to where like you would do it normally. There shouldn't be a limit to throwing a first base. If you can't throw over there to stop a guy from going there. It was supposed to be like a chess game, and they're making them like play checkers pretty much. I miss the old days when you had the pitch over, the hidden ball trick. You couldn't even pull this stuff from the new stuff with the new how these rules are.
No.
I know Billy Martin would probably be trying to figure out how to break this baseball commissioner, and they didn't put. Yep, Susan, that's what they did. Yeah, no, Martin and the Astros. I think they should be forfeited for that year. I think there shouldn't be a World Series. They pretty much broke the rules. But the trash bringing thing, it's only one. They didn't. MLB did mention that it's tainted, and they took the World Series, but you let those guys, and then what happened? Cora gets fired for being a manager. They're suspended for a year. Mets hire Carlos Beltran. Okay, we're gonna fire him. He gets fired after being named for suspension. It just doesn't make sense to me. So you're not going to do anything with these active players, but you're going to punish people after the fact. It's like another double standard. It just kills me with all these stupid how MLB is just letting these things happen. You got to say, you know what? We're going to set an example. And if you do this, guess what? These are the consequences. You should have forfeit all this. It just kills me. Yeah, the GM lost his job, and then the assistant GM too. It doesn't make sense how these MLB teams do things, and I really don't. And I really just don't get it. And then anyone like we got Carlos Beltran that be as for Yes Network to help make his image better. I don't think he'll have a chance to be a major league leader thing because it came out he was one of the three with McCann and Altuve. He was supposedly wearing a wire underneath his shirt. But I'm not trying to start the things, but that's just what drives me nuts. And I watch this game and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So it's one of those things where I just don't understand. They really should be like it should really be a standard. If you're if you do this is the consequences, not that. And make them really pay. You get caught doing that. It really should be. If you get caught cheating that badly, like the Astro did, guess what? You got 5 years, no postseason ban. Even if you win division, you don't make them. You don't make it. That's what really needs to be happen. Yep, exactly, Susan. Beltran was supposed to be the manager of the Mets. He got fired the next day. I don't think he's ever going to get a chance to be a manager.
No.
I could see a team trying to, but the MLB's going to go step it. Oh, he has to serve another year suspension. Well, made him lost his job. Is that enough punishment as it is? Yep, Hitch came out smelling like a rose. Yep, everything like that. And Corey went to Boston where he was beloved, and they took him and say we don't care what the MLB says. But no one hasn't done anything with him. And then look at I don't like to talk about his name because it's not a good name to bring up. But look at Bauer of the Dodgers. Same thing. He's proven so far innocent in court. I know it's not it doesn't look good, but we allow other people to be in there too with domestic violence and allow to be that they're in there. But a guy that got accused and is proven that the lady falsified it makes me really bad. And look what happened with that shortstop for the Rays that was supposed to be really good, and look what he did, and then it turned out. Some of these stuff is so sick they shouldn't even be allowed to play baseball again.
Yep.
And I'm never for any of this stuff too. I condone any violence about this stuff. It's just wrong, and I really wish people really think about everything and use common sense. And some of these policies need to change and they need to be stricter. And I really, really, really wish there were stricter punishments, especially for any victims. If it's with the investigation proven, strict, harsh penalties.
Yeah, for leave.
Yeah, and I also think I think if you don't want them playing while it's there, suspend them with pay pending court dates. Because there's always innocent proven until guilty. So if you don't want them playing the game, suspend them with pay leave till they're proven yes or no. And if there's plenty of evidence that they say they are, then you can say, okay, you know what? You're done for the year. You're not playing baseball again. All that contract goes away. Because it's not something I'm happy to talk about, and I really don't like that. Exactly, Susan. And I never condone these things, and I honestly don't. I don't think it's right that they got second chances on some of this. There's never a right way to put a hand on any person, and this is just my morals. And it should never. And Chapman's doing good. Look at the Dodger pitcher that was overseas that did that was a second offense and he's still back. It's just disgusting how they're welcome back with the, and it just kills me. And I'm not trying to make it about this stuff too. This is just facts we're talking about. I just wish they have harsher penalties for these things. But then we can end the stream in a positive note. Only 2 back against the Blue Jays, and they have to face the Red Sox next one of the series. We could be in first place by the end of the week. And we could win the division they said that we couldn't do. And we're doing this without Cole and Schmidt and Cousins. Yeah, Susan, it doesn't matter. If they're making money for MLB, it doesn't matter. You know, Susan, if they don't do that, then that's when for me, when I saw stuff happen, I took away 3 or 4 years. I stopped following baseball because I got so mad of all these things happening. And I'll give you my little story. I got injured at work, and I lost about 6% of my back on a car accident. I'm still working my job. I'm an HVAC guy, like I think you guys know. I got so tired of all this stuff. I stopped watching baseball because of it, because I didn't like what they're doing just to make money for them. I took time off. When I got injured, I was like on my 4th year of not watching baseball because of this. I saw Jason's channel, and that was when I started watching baseball again. And to me, it does matter. And any player I see that, I will not watch that game. I will watch the play-by-play by either with Ace and if you are that, but I will not watch that game if I know there's a bad player on there that's done something like that. I'm not about all that. That's how my morals is. And I try to live an example. I try to live an example of always making the world kind, being kind. Always trying to treat people as they want to be equals to me. And I always try to make sure if I do when I do HVAC work, I treat the whole house like it's my own house because I don't want anything bad happening to it. I always try to make sure it's done right. And if we have to go back, I always say when I do a cleaning and something happens, that if there's anything that goes back, guess what? I'll gladly come back and fix it and make sure it's done right for you. And because I own up to what I can do and what I check. Because I do everything like I do my own house. I don't want something breaking down. And it makes the customers that I know always happy to hear we'll go back and gladly fix whatever it is and make sure we have their backs to fixing it. And that's what I do every day. And it's draining, but we always make sure everything's working right. Like a few weeks ago, I had to fix a whole bunch of valve valves had to be replaced, and I had to do a whole new line for the return, the changing everything. I had a leak on a water part. Instead of just seeing if it'll heat up the water and see if it would stop leaking, I actually grabbed some solder and I resoldered it. Came out better than I thought it would be. And that's what I do, Susan. And I always do that every day, and that's how my work ethic is. That's why I try to do this channel the way I do it, because I want to have you guys have own opinions. Doesn't matter if I agree with it or not. I want you guys to all have opinions. We can talk about it, and that's what I really want this channel to be about: having opinions, talking everything out, and just making sure we all celebrate Yankees wins and discuss how we can make the team better. That's what it's all about to me, and making sure everyone in the community is always having a good time and being. If they want to come up, there's always those on the stage. If it's not, you want to be in the chats all the time, that's fine with me, because me and CT That's what we're here for. It's all about the community and giving it to them. And we're trying our best to come out on here and try to make this wide open for you guys, so you guys can have a fun time and talk about anything. Because that's what we want to have our community nice and close. But it's been a long day.
Yep.
So we'll end it on this. Yankees won, Blue Jays lost, and the Red Sox won. And let's have a great night, you guys. Let's hope we get another one tomorrow. And if I have a chance to go live, I will go live. I'll see CT, and I'll let you know, Dev. And if you guys don't know, we do have an X account. It's CSMS Yankees on X. And I do have a TikTok. It's cs.ms.yankees. And I've been trying every time I can go on there to let you guys know we're going live. We also have a Discord channel. It's in the description. And have a great night, Susan, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. If not Monday, I will let you guys know. And if you guys ever need anyone to talk to, reach out to one of us. Me and CT are always there for people, and we're never judgmental. That's how we're always going to be, and I know that's how we always are. And have a great night.